Hi there, students. It's Mrs. Sheen. I promised in class today that I would talk a little bit more about the correction symbols that I used on your second draft. And so this is what this video is for. I have a time limit, so I'm going to try to do my best to explain things. But of course, anytime you have questions, please let me know. Let me turn off the webcam now so that you can focus with me on the screen. All right, so the first thing I want to tell you is that if you want to find information about the symbols that I wrote on your essay, you want to go here to Course Documents and look for this file here called Correction Symbols. Okay, and you want to open the Correction Symbols folder. Inside the first document, you see this error chart. This is the same one that I gave to you today, except yours has a few extra handwritten things on it that I don't have in the computer. All right. Now this is a great tool, and this is the one that I want you to use to count your errors, right? So anytime I wrote UNCL on your paper, I want you to put a check mark here. Okay, check mark, check mark, check mark. Every time you see it unclear. Some of you may only have one, some may have none, but I want everybody to count their errors, okay? Now, in terms of understanding how these are used, I have a tool in this same correction symbols folder. I'm going to go back to that folder. And below the error chart that I just showed you are 3 pages. They're copied from a textbook, and they are a great explanation of the symbols that I use. So let me show you some examples. Okay, so first of all, you're going to see the symbol written here and what it means. And the meaning is the same thing as what I put in my list, which was the type of error. Like, what kind of error is it? Okay. And then there's an example of the error and a corrected sentence. So let me show you. The first one that you see here is a P. Okay. When a P is written on your paper, it means there's something wrong with the punctuation. Okay. Now, it could be different things. It could be that the punctuation is incorrect, or it could be that you need punctuation and you didn't put any there. So, for example, look at this first P. In this sentence, I live, there is punctuation. There's a comma. Okay? But actually, that comma is not right. It should not be there. So, in this case, the P means the punctuation is wrong. Over here, the P means there's no punctuation. You can see there's no period, comma, exclamation point, question mark. There's nothing. So it means here there is a problem with punctuation. The punctuation's missing. And then over here you see the corrected sentence. After looking at these symbols, the sentence was rewritten to be I live and go to school here. So the comma was taken away from here and a period was added here. All right, and that's true of a lot of these symbols, okay? So you'll have another one that's very common is VT. VT means there's a problem with the verb tense, okay? In this one, I never work as a cashier until I get a job there. This should be in the past tense, shouldn't it? So the VT, okay, over the underlined work is showing us that we need to change the verb. Okay, so the correction is I never worked. All right, so these are very common errors, okay, that we're going to see over and over. Okay, let me show you a few more pages of this because there's 3 pages of correction symbols that you can check out. Page 2 has some more. Okay, so And some of these are different than the sheet that I gave you, but this will give you a start. Here's one. This is a fragment. F-R-A-G means fragment. Fragment means incomplete sentence. So look here, it says, she was fired, period, because she was always late. Well, you notice these little brackets around because she was late and it says fragment? That means that part is a fragment. It is not a complete sentence. You cannot have because she was always late. Let me give you an example. Let's cover this up to make it more clear. Okay? If I have the sentence because she was late, you're asking yourself, what? What is it? What's missing? Something's missing. I'm missing information, right? Because she was always late. That sounds like the reason for something, but the reason for what? We don't know. Well, come to find out, it's this first sentence, she was fired, but you can't punctuate it like that. You need to join them. She was fired because she was always late. So the fragment has been fixed. Okay, there's lots of examples here. One of the ones that I want to show you though is on the last page of correction symbols. All right, here. Okay, it doesn't show very well, but over here on the left is ART. Okay, and notice there's a little insert. You see this little caret right here? Sometimes when I put that, I'll write a word above, and I want you to insert something there. Or sometimes I might write verb, meaning, help, you need a verb in this sentence, right? But if you see that, this caret, and then you see ART, this means you need an article. You don't need to write the word art. You need either a or an or the. Okay, so in this example, diners in the United States expect a glass of water when they first sit down. So notice the correction over here. The A was added. Okay, so this is a really quick explanation, students, but what I'd like to tell you to do is if you are confused about these symbols that I wrote on your paper, there's two things you can do. You can go to the error chart, okay, and look and see what does that symbol mean, okay? Mrs. Sheen wrote WW. What in the world is WW? W means you have the wrong word. The word you used is wrong for some reason, so you need to choose a different word. If you see a symbol like this, it means you need to change the word order. Move the two words, switch them. Okay. If you see, let's see, what else have I got on here? Oh, I know, this is a good one. So capitalization, I put 3 little lines underneath it. Okay, that's the way I put it. So if you write my name like this, Leslie, I will put 3 little lines here, and it means you need a capital L. But if you use a capital letter in the wrong place, and I want you to use lowercase, I'll put a slash through like this. Capitalization has 3 little lines, slash. So if you wrote like this, Leslie, I would put a slash through this, which means you'd need to make it a lowercase. Okay, so essentially, students, what I'm trying to tell you is, in order to understand my correction symbols, you need to use this information that's here in this folder, okay, called correction symbols. It's found in the course documents folder. Okay, go to Course Documents, open the correction